Hey, what's going on, guys? Rhino here, bringing you the next episode of Hate Mail. I haven't done this in a little while. I haven't been getting a lot of hate mail comments recently, which is pretty awesome. I've gotten a couple, but they weren't really that bad. But I also want to start off by saying that this message is not hate mail. Once again, to reiterate, this series is only titled Hate Mail because that's what it originally started as, is hate mail. But this is also a place where I respond to comments in a fashion so that you guys can see just my direct response, and I can break down the comment. So yes, this guy, he puts his name in the comment, but I cut it out so it's not in there. I believe I remember who this guy is, and he's a nice guy. So this is not hate mail. This guy is not hating on me. He's not a hateful person. He posted something, and I'm actually going to run this a little bit differently this time because my friend saw the comment, and my friend said that I should respond to it. He said it wasn't really hate, but that I should respond to it, and this is going to be my first time reading it. I read the first sentence, and based on the first sentence, you'll see why I chose to respond to this. So this will be my first time reading this, my first time breaking this down. I've not read this before, so we'll see how this goes. So here's what the comment reads. Okay. So I'm just going to back up Freedom on this one, to hopefully open your eyes a bit more to what you're saying. Firstly, the main point of the video is that you are upset that you earned $7,000 and were not paid, correct? Had you paid a bit more attention to the Freedom Partner contract, you probably would have realized that it is written inside of the contract that you would not be paid that amount because your channel was terminated. In addition, you are tell us to leave Freedom for those reasons, yet how many of us are actually going to make $7,000, then get our channel terminated because we did not read the terms of service like you? Probably not many of us. Secondly, you are constantly hating on the Freedom staff and mentioning how unprofessional they were towards you, yet you are making a video discussing what happened while drinking a Coke. Very professional. Thirdly and lastly, next time just read the terms of service of both YouTube and the networks that you partner with, such as Freedom, and there shouldn't be any issues. I understand that you are frustrated that you didn't get paid. I would be too. But you can't point your finger and blame people when it was really just your fault that you got terminated. Hence, it was your fault that you didn't get paid. Regards, and then he puts his name. So, let's break this down as we normally do it. I'm just going to back up Freedom on this one to hopefully open your eyes a bit more to what you're saying. People have already posted pretty much anything you can say. After reading this comment, people have already you're basically regurgitating exactly what countless other people have said too, and it hasn't opened my eyes one bit because my eyes are already open. They can't open any further. I've viewed this situation from many different aspects, and most people actually agree with me and support me in this situation. And I understand why you don't, because you don't really understand the situation fully, but we'll get into that later in the comment. Firstly, the main point of the video is that you're upset that you earned $7,000 and were not paid, correct? Yes, that is correct. It's a little bit more than that, but we'll probably get into that later on too. Had you paid a bit more attention to the Freedom Partner contract, you probably would have realized that it is written inside the contract that you would not be paid that amount because your channel was terminated. Wrong. Inside the partner contract, it states that they can withhold money, which is a different concept. They actually don't need to even put that in the contract to be able to do it. Withholding means they... Let's see, how can I illustrate this? This is going to sound really weird, but I've got a tub of peanut butter here. And I've got a TV remote. So we've got a tub of peanut butter and a TV remote. Withholding means that this tub of peanut butter wants to pay this remote X amount of money. Let's say $500. $500. The peanut butter is going to pay the remote $500. So the peanut butter sends the money towards the remote, and then the network takes it out. This is YouTube. This is me, technically. The network, while the money is being transferred, takes it out and just holds on to it. Most of the time, this is done to provide an investigation, to look deeper into the problem, to see if was it a copyright problem. They are not contractually obligated to withhold the money. It does not say that they're going to keep the money. In fact, I spoke to many people outside of Freedom that got paid for the same situation. And so, no, it does not state in the contract that they are going to take the money and that I won't get paid if my channel is terminated. It just states that they have the ability to withhold the money and provide this investigation. From then, they can choose, that the key word is choose, to pay me out or not. In addition, you are to tell us to leave Freedom for those reasons, yet how many of us are actually going to make $7,000, then get our channel terminated because we didn't read the terms of service like you? Probably not many of us. Actually, most people I know don't read the terms of service, so it's a lot more than you'd think. Also, the money amount doesn't matter. Any network that doesn't pay out on termination, especially one that doesn't tell you that they don't pay out on termination, is a bad network. That's what I'm trying to get across. That's why these people shouldn't join. If you are at any risk of your channel being terminated, to protect yourself, you should be partnered by a network that does pay out. A lot of networks do pay out on termination, which automatically places them better than Freedom in that category. They pay out, Freedom doesn't. That's a problem. So this is actually a very feasible and very viable and very likely situation for a lot of YouTubers. In fact, I've had numerous, probably at least 15 YouTubers come forward with this exact same situation with Freedom. Although most of them earned, less than $20, but their channel got terminated for any reason ranging from copyright, which they wouldn't get paid regardless, to very similar to me, and none of them got paid. So that's a problem, that YouTube doesn't pay out. This situation happens to a lot of people, and it's actually pretty common. Not many people read the terms of service, especially not in depth. Secondly, you are constantly hating on the Freedom staff and mentioning how unprofessional they were towards you, yet you are making a video discussing what happened while drinking a Coke. Very professional. Well, to start it off, I actually don't hate on the Freedom staff very much. There's very, very few Freedom staff that I have a problem with whatsoever. I have a problem with George just simply because this situation is his fault. He could have easily fixed this, and he didn't. He also was almost impossible to get in contact with for about 2 months of the time that I was having this problem, and we could have probably sorted the situation out differently if I could have contacted him sooner. Before the situation happened, I was able to get in contact with him within 24 hours easily. And then drinking a Coke in a video isn't unprofessional at all. Otherwise, TV ads are unprofessional. Otherwise, a lot of talk shows are unprofessional. You'll oftentimes see them drinking different drinks depending upon what sponsor paid. Although I don't take money for sponsorships for that, but like they'll have just a Coke, just sitting right there on the desk, a Coke can, perfectly placed so that the label is facing out. Drinking a Coke in a video is not unprofessional. Well, okay, that's an opinion. Sorry. Most people would not say that drinking a Coke in a video is unprofessional. You may think so, but that's your opinion. A lot of people would think random things like, a lot of people would think having a short haircut is unprofessional. Well, I can't do anything about that. I appeal to the masses in that sense. I care most about what the majority of people think when it comes to these videos, because that's, what matters. Not many people will look at drinking Coke as a bad thing, and so really not that big of a deal. Thirdly and lastly, next time just read the terms of service of both YouTube and the networks that you partner with, such as Freedom, and there shouldn't be any issues. Technically, yeah, I agree with you here. The terms of service, yeah, every partner should read, but they don't have to. They're not forced to. They're not required to. They're not even prompted to. They may be now, I'm not sure, but when I created my channel, I wasn't even prompted to read the terms of service. It's not super easily accessible. Not a lot of people have the time nor the patience nor the need for it beyond that, because beyond the paid promotions, I know almost everything there is to know about the terms of service and what's required, what's allowed and what's not, what's required and what's not. And then reading Freedom's contract, once again, would have no correlation to it whatsoever, unless they put in their contract that they do take they take your money if you get terminated, which Freedom does not state. And the only thing they state is that they can withhold the money, which they don't even need to put in the contract for them to be able to do that. I'm completely serious about this. Any network can withhold the money. They are allowed to, because of investigation type things. That is why for Imagine's Network, our contract specifically states that if we get paid, you get paid. Therefore, yes, we might withhold the money. If you get paid, we would withhold the money. to do the investigation, to look at why you were terminated. But as soon as we can confirm that it was a non-copyright termination, we will pay you. That's it. That makes us right there better than freedom. Hands down. Lastly, I understand that you are frustrated that you didn't get paid. I would be too, but you can't point your finger and blame people when it was really just your fault that you got terminated, hence it was your fault that you didn't get paid. So, I mean, I obviously agree that, a lot of people would be frustrated too. But yes, I can point my finger and blame people, and actually blame a network specifically, because, yeah, it was my fault I got terminated. But no, it was not my fault that I didn't get paid, as I stated earlier in the video. I was not terminated for a copyright problem. Therefore, I should be paid. But Freedom wants to hold the money and make that just keep the money for themselves and, use that money for whatever the hell they want, pay back their owners, whatever. They keep it for themselves. It was not my fault that I didn't get paid, because it doesn't state in the contract that they're going to do that. That's a very shady thing. If they had that in their contract, I guarantee almost no one would partner with them except for people who've just blindly signed the contract. And two, any network that pays out is better. And if I was partnered by Fullscreen, I would have been paid. If I was partnered by Asafin, I would have been paid. If I was partnered by Broadband, I would have been paid. If I was partnered by Imagine, I would have been paid. If I was partnered by Maker Studios, I would have been paid. But no, I wasn't paid because I was partnered by Freedom. That is why I blame Freedom. Freedom did not openly and make it clear that they do not pay out on termination, which is very wrong. That's shady right there, the fact that they don't tell you that they don't pay out on termination. And the fact that they chose to keep the money for themselves. It was Freedom's choice to pay me out or not. They had the full ability to, without any sort of repercussions, and they chose not to. That, therein, is where the problem lies. That is why I made the video. That is why I hate on Freedom. That is why I tell people not to partner with Freedom. That is why I tell people to leave Freedom. That is a problem. Right there is a problem that needs to be changed. Will it be? Probably not. Freedom wants to make money. They're going to make money. That's one way to make a lot of money. They made $7,000. Actually, technically, they made probably about like $10,000 to $11,000 from me in 1 month. That's over. Isn't that over $100,000? Pretty sure that's over $100,000 a year. If my channel hadn't been terminated, I could have kept that up, and I would have been making, probably around $80,000 to $100,000 a year. And I'm not blaming Freedom for my termination. I know that was my fault, but I'm just stating that if you look at that in perspective. That's about it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Once again, to this guy who posted this comment, no hate. I'm not trying to hate on you. I know that you're not trying to hate on me. I just wanted to point out that your comment is wrong. And to you and to everyone else, I highly suggest you actually do research before you post a comment like this, as it is kind of getting tiring how many people are ignorant to specific information, ignorant to the contract, as this guy is, ignorant to why I'm actually upset, ignorant to the problem with the situation, why I didn't get paid. Do the research, find that out, and then post your comment, please. But thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have a nice day.